Instead, he came up with a new nickname for me. And I started going by Mattie at school, Tilly at home. Ella's just Ella. She didn't have to have a dozen nicknames just to get through her day. Wrong the fourth. She spent hours cleaning up around the house. Bathrooms, her bedroom, the living room. You name it, and Ella had probably cleaned it recently. The other day, I caught her in the kitchen actually scrubbing the floor on her hands and knees. Every time my father stumbled across her cleaning something, it made him ask me why I was so lazy. He assigned me chores that I had to pretend to do until he forgot and I could go back to doing nothing. As far as I was concerned, she was putting our housekeeper's job in jeopardy, which I refused to do, because I was not selfish like that. Wrong the fifth. Ella had this ability to make everything look amazing. Dance floors, people's faces, clothes. Anything she touched magically looked better. She even liked to sew her own stuff, like she was getting ready to try out for Project Runway or something. I'd acknowledged my lack of fashion sense many years before, and had stuck to basic black ever since. I was only adventurous with my hair color, which was a sort of fuchsia-y shade at the beginning of senior year. But not so adventurous that I'd ever used a permanent hair dye. Just semi-permanent or temporary. And I should probably mention that Ella was a natural blonde. Yes, it made me want to puke too. Wrong the sixth. Ella was a cheerleader. Enough said. Wrong the worst. Ella was dating her perfect counterpart. He was handsome, athletic, funny, nice, and tall. He was so tall it made me crazy. At 6'2", he was one of the tallest guys at school. Being 5'11" made me sort of a tall guy connoisseur, and it always aggravated me to see all that height being wasted on teeny tiny girls like Ella. He even drove a sports car. His name was Jake Kingston, and I was completely, totally, head over heels in love with him. Chapter 2. I sat in front of the headmistress's office thinking, not surprisingly, about Jake. I spent an inordinate amount of time thinking about Jake. It was like a sickness, really. People were always saying that teenagers don't know what love is and that we mistake lust for the real thing. Blah, blah, blah. I wished I only lusted after Jake. Life would be much easier then. I could get over him if lust were the only factor. Don't get me wrong. He was definitely lustalicious. Dark hair, dark eyes, a jawline that looked like Michelangelo himself had chiseled it out of stone. Totally gorgeous. But there was this emotional component there. I cared about him. Since I spent a lot of time observing him, I saw all the little things he did every day. Like the time he'd helped the girl from the special ed class pick up her books that she'd dropped, and then walked with her to her next class. Everyone else had just walked by. Not Jake. He routinely stopped his stupid friends from picking on other kids. His friend Scott Martin was the worst, but Jake managed to rein him in. Jake was always smiling his 1,000-watt movie star model smile and saying hi to everyone who said hi to him. He was so nice. He never tried to make people feel as if they were worthless losers. Unlike Scott and his girlfriend, Mercedes. Their only goal in life seemed to be to insult and belittle everyone around them. Jake did these things quietly. Not like he was ashamed of his good tendencies, but more like he didn't need to show off, or like people seeing him doing it would take away from the specialness of it. It felt like something we shared, even though he wasn't aware that I knew what an awesome guy he was. He was smart and good at everything. I was so in love with him. And I wasn't sure if he even knew that I existed. I sighed, because that's what unrequited love makes you do. Sigh.